You having fun over there? Are you checking? So I don't understand. Were you checking your teeth or what?
That might have been how it started.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ooh, I want to do a thing.
It's a bit now. Like, at a certain point, you were just like, I'm going to do that to open the show.
I think initially that's what it was.
Yeah,
I was like,
but in the beginning, you were checking your teeth. Got it. Because you didn't tell me what the fuck was going on there. That's cool. I do that. I do that in my in the rear view mirror of my car, which isn't where you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do it with the drop down one that you can put on yourself. But no, I take.
No, but you can't even see that.
I take my life into my own hands and I move the device that's supposed to assist me with moving objects from behind, and I take that to examine my teeth.
I feel like that's better because if you drop the shit down, now you can't see nothing though.
I mean, but you can in your periphery, and it's not like blocking the entire windshield, the sun visor.
You got a car though. Yeah. I don't know. It might be different with cars and SUVs.
I don't think so. If your sun visor is blocking the entire your entire POV, then that's either custom or that's a bad vehicle. The Kelly Blue Book rating on that vehicle should be womp 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 status.
I keep shades in the car. It's a little thing up top.
Yeah.
Press it, pops out like some secret agent shit.
You keep things in the top, so you have like a top down glove box situation.
Specifically for glasses though. A little glasses holder.
I'm just talking. Listen, I'll show you what I'm talking about because you definitely have one of these. It's just the thing that blocks the sun, and it has a mirror.
It holds the visor in place.
Yeah, driver's
and it has a mirror.
Sun
it
visor.
Blocks my view entirely. I can't see shit.
What? For this little thing right here on the screen.
Yep.
Blocks your entire view.
I have to look down. It'd be a whole thing. I can't see. I'd run into a car for sure.
What?
Yep.
The fuck? It's just to get the sun in that little space right there.
Big as fuck, and it blinds
I
me.
think you're like in a high chair. Are you sitting on some dictionaries that you're not telling me about? Are you in a booster seat for safety reasons?
I needed something to do when I moved with all those books, so I just kept them in my seat. So
sure. I mean, you should not be high enough to the point where you can't look down past this thing. It's not built to obstruct your view in any way. It's built to obstruct the sun from your view.
Let's see here.
Look at how happy this lady is. She's so pleased with her sun visor.
It's clear and it's got a little.
Okay, that one's different. Granted, I pulled up the most futuristic version of the thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. She looked kind of. I was looking. I was like, "What the world is going on there?"
Yeah. See, this lady's a little high up on it, but she, in theory, should be able to see all the cars in front of her in this empty space right here that I'm circling, and she can obviously see her mirrors still. This one, like I've said, what I do is I take this one right here in the center and I tilt that toward myself, or I get all up, into it, I go.
Oh my god!
Do some shit like that and then crash immediately. Every time.
Lie. Sometimes my shit be all over the place. Half the time I'll see it and I'm like, ooh, that is not where it's supposed to be. I guess I use it, but it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It won't be where it's supposed
it's
to
all
be.
Good. You don't have to use shit right. I mean, that's what it's for.
Exactly.
It's for you to use any type of.
People don't use blinkers. Drop the mic.
They don't.
Very simple device. Hold up. Let me do it again.
Yeah.
Hold up. Real easy shit.
Have you ever been told that you don't need to use your blinker for something? Has anyone been a passenger to you and they were like, you don't have to use your blinker?
Sociopath told you that shit. Who told you? You don't use your blinker?
I do. I'm asking. So people have told you that?
No, if somebody told me that, maybe someone has, and I just don't remember them. I probably erased them from existence.
I've had people tell me that. I've had people like backseat driving, like, and they're not in the back. They're my passenger, and they're like, you don't have to like use your blinker for that. Like, why'd you use your blinker for that? Like, we're alone in a neighborhood. Why are you using your blinker? And I'm like, just it's a force of habit, And I'd rather have that be a good habit than to forget to do it when it matters.
Yeah.
On several occasions, people have been like, we're the only people out here. Why are you using your blinker? And I'm just like, because...
what's real funny?
Yeah.
How someone that's not driving has so much to say.
Yeah.
That's what's real funny.
Well, that's how it works, though. I mean, I don't fault them for a second because that's what's supposed to happen. At least that's what I've been taught from experience, is that the people that the people that are being chauffeured around are the ones that should have the most to say about absolutely everything going on behind the wheel, about everything happening in traffic around them, as pertains to the vehicle that they are a passenger to. They should have the most to say at all times about everything that the driver's doing, especially everything that the driver's doing, and about how wrong it is at all times, about how stupid they look, and about how they almost got in an accident. Even though they know that, and that's why they're so quiet, because they're just trying to focus. They're just trying to drive. The passenger's responsibility is to alert the driver of any and all danger they perceive themselves as being put in. I hope I'm making this as clear as possible. What is totally and completely acceptable as a vehicle passenger?
Oh my God.
This is just completely standard behavior.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have nobody in my car. You look at my car, you know what's in my passenger seat? Nothing, but you know what's in the floor of the passenger seat? A big ass water bottle and a bag full of snacks.
I was gonna say, are you talking about your car or your house? Because the thing that I met you in DC, I think I called it your house. Because you have everything. You have everything a person needs to survive in that. Like, it's like your mobile home unit. Like you had on the ground. I was like, what is this on the? You just had sugar. You just had like Dominion sugar or whatever on the, or stevia or whatever the fuck you had. You're like, it's sweetener. It's just
sugar.
Raw sugar.
The brand is Florida something.
And I was just like, oh, so yeah, you need that there for sure.
Yeah, in case you never know. You never know when you're gonna need some sugar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Girls don't.
I
sugar.
am your neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of neighbors. Hello, world.
Oh, I don't know why my mind went to that song immediately, but no, of course, it's for you to issue to neighbors.
Exactly. That's what the world is my neighbors. If I see fellow bussy boys, I pour a little sugar in their hand. And I'll be like, eat it like a horse.
Have you met any yet? Have you met anybody just...
I think that people are... because when I go out, I make sure I look as unapproachable as ever. Mm-hmm. And I think people just aren't sure if it's me, because on the podcast, I'm smiling and I'm joking. But when I'm in the stores, I'm like, don't know.
I mean, it's a small world. 44 people in how many people are on the earth? Something like... couple billion, something like that.
It's a lot. So we're
bound to find some of them. Just percentages alone, it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even though we probably know all of them personally somehow.
Yeah. People might not see us and recognize us, but what they are seeing and recognizing is mental illness in mass on the street.
Course. You notice that.
And I'd like to showcase it with this clip, if we could open with this.
All right, let's check it out.
The caption says, "It's people's reactions in the back for me." And it's a lady that we're going to have the whole video claimed, of course, because this is like a Beyonce song. But but no, so the caption is people's reactions in the back.
I'm trying to look in the back. That's what I've been trying to do. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I know it's kind of narrow because it's a YouTube short, which is, like all good videos, restricted to one format, like the most unviewable desktop format known to man. But
fucking basic ass fucking Windows photo or some shit.
Yeah, but we are looking at this girl dancing, and we're to assume that the people's reactions in the back are substantial enough that that was the focus of the caption.
I don't think anyone's paying attention.
So I'm saying this girl right here, this white girl's got her mouth open, and actually the black girl next to her also has her mouth open. So they're both agape at whatever's happening here.
Interesting.
And I'll let her finish. This old lady was like, what the fuck is happening right here? Like, she's got the chin in thing going on. That's like the bombastic side-eye meme.
Yeah.
The cat.
You know I'm doing
the eyebrow raise. And she's got sunglasses on, too. So the fact that we can tell how she looks is even more impressive. Right? It's that accentuated.
Oh my
her
God.
Disbelief.
Yes.
She's like, what the fuck? She's on the phone. She's on speaker with somebody. She's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm watching a girl have a seizure on the pier.
She's calling 911.
Yeah, she's like, I think this is a medical emergency. There's a girl with no pants on, and she's dying in front of everyone, and everyone's just staring, and I don't understand why. Can you please get here immediately? I think everyone's in mortal danger. She's a threat to herself and others.
She's
clearly
about to fucking transform.
she's about to achieve her final form before our very eyes.
Shit.
I will not be party to the mayhem that's sure to ensue. Yeah, so I mean, what are you doing? Have you like been on the street and like seen somebody clearly doing something for Instagram or TikTok?
Maybe if I could go to Ocean City, I'd probably see it. Well, hopefully not. Don't bring that shit over here. Keep that shit where the fuck you're from.
Yeah.
I know in DC, sometimes I see shit like that. That's mainly it. That's the only time I see it in DC. I'll see something decently big, honestly. And it's like, oh, they're doing it for social media of some sorts.
You would call this what we just watched big?
Well, no. I'm not talking about this.
That's what I'm saying. Have you seen this? Do you see this? That's what I don't care if you see like a movie production or like a commercial or some shit.
Not a movie production, but I mean like,
or like even like a little
people, but they're like doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Making it
even like
pretty.
I don't even care if it's like a YouTube video, like a dance troupe or something. I don't care about. I'm talking about. Have you seen one person? They're the sole focus of everyone's attention.
A photographer as well, or
I mean, that's all this is. This is this girl, and then someone's holding a phone, like walking away from and toward this girl during her dance routine.
I've seen that, but it was more than two. It was like a 4-person thing, maybe, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So
I mean, who's to say? There might be like some people on the side with like fans and stuff for her hair. But I don't think so. I think this is a two-man operation. She's
like signaling him, like fucking like the plane signals and shit. She's like, "Yo, go that way." Go that way.
Yeah, the dabbing thing at the. I think that that's actually just direction.
Dab on him.
It's like more of the fucking left.
You're fucking fired. If I was paying you, you'd be fucking fired.
One take. I'm paying you for one take. We get this now. We get this right. You see these fucking people's reactions? That's what we want. They're not going to react if we're here doing it forever. They're going to stop paying attention. I need them to be looking at me at all times.
Oh my God.
I'm the focus. Me. I get the attention. I mean, what is this fucking attention-seeking behavior? Okay, it's one thing to film a thing and put it up. Okay, you're going to dance. Sure, dance. Why do you have to do it in like in a crowded area.
Yeah, son. Nobody wants to see that. You're scaring the children.
And then you know that's why she did it in a crowd, because of the caption. The caption is, "Oh my God! Like look at what these people must be thinking about what I'm doing here. This is so crazy."
Yeah.
And I'm so good at dancing, and they can all tell. That's why their jaws dropped, all of them.
They were like, I can't believe this bitch is out here ruining the fucking ambience. I don't come here for this shit.
They're definitely not thinking that I'm in the way.
Yeah. They're like, oh shit, there's the fucking camera. Let me not get in it because I don't want to be.
Yeah, they're just nervous. They're nervous because they've never seen a celebrity before. They don't think that I'm a disturbance
to
their outing at all.
Because they definitely fucking where is that? It looks like a boardwalk of some sort.
Yeah, it's a boardwalk. It's probably L.A. I don't have a location here.
To see her specifically.
Yeah.
That's what happened. They went out and they're like, I hope I run into somebody's daughter doing a fucking TikTok.
Enola Bedard.
Indeed, her.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, if I see this. And I haven't seen anything this flagrantly just like attention seeking behavior but if I did, I would just like make eye contact the entire time. Like I would get in a position where she could see me, and then I would just the whole time just.
Oh shit! Oh damn!
And she'll try to look away. She'll try to. All right, that was great. Let's get our stuff, and I'm just. I'm not changing expression. Nothing.
When they start walking slowly, when they're almost.
Yeah, and I'll get up and I'll start approaching, but I won't get close enough where she can say anything, where she can like tell me back. I'll just like get up and start walking in her general direction, like. Laser dead eye contact, because I want that person to leave. Well, I want one of two things to happen. I want them to exit the area or the earth by any means necessary, the immediate area or the ethereal plane,
straight off the plane,
or enter the ethereal plane. I mean, really, it's nonsense to me. I don't understand why people have this desire to just pull focus from all directions at all times, and clearly it gets viewed. I don't know if this person's like a popular influencer or what. It's got 200,000 likes on YouTube. I can only imagine how many views it must have as well. But yeah, fun stuff. It makes me sad to think that this is.
You should do that. We're move for move. We're gonna do exactly what she's.
I'm not gonna dance, but I remember the big thing used to be pranks.
We're gonna wear the same outfit. We're gonna do the same dance.
Yeah. I'll get the same Cindy Lou Who haircut. I'll do it all.
Yeah. Oh my fucking God. Yeah. Oh, for me.
Yeah. It's Fahu Doris. I mean,
okay.
Give me a break. You know how many times I've seen The Grinch? It's not even a fucking joke.
That shit is hilarious. Jim Carrey did such a good job.
Oh, yeah. I just watched.
That's so flow thing. I can't miss that again.
I just watched Batman Forever again, and I mean, he's God. Just.
Wait a minute, this Batman. What else? He's in a bunch of shit, and he does so good. This is one movie. I think somebody said something about it, like, whatchamacallit, he did. I was talking about Lemony Snicket, the series of fortunate events.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about that with my manager. We were talking about because he read the books and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm familiar with the books. And then we were talking about the movies. The movies with Jim Carrey were great. And we were like, I was like, yeah, I was hoping they would have made more movies.
I got a confession. I never did see those.
What? No, they were so good. The first time I saw them, I was at my dentist's office as a kid, and then I think I eventually.
Is it just one?
It's at least, I think.
Well, I think there's one with Jim Carrey, and then there's one with Neil Patrick Harris, and that's like a Netflix series.
That's a Netflix show. Nobody liked it.
Okay, but so you're saying there's more than one Jim Carrey movie?
I think there's 2. I might be wrong.
Series, unfortunately.
But they didn't finish the books in the movies, which is the problem.
Yeah, so I think it's just one in 2004.
Damn, unfortunate. It was a good movie. I liked it.
Well, I'll just have to check it out. I don't even know the damn story, none of it.
No, it's like, you want me to tell you?
Go for it.
So basically, it's these 3 kids. They're orphans. Their parents died mysteriously. You know what I'm saying? And so they get passed down to like their next family member, the family member or whatever, and like they have like a large fortune when they like turn 18 or some shit, and like and they just end up in shitty situation after shitty situation. And then Jim Carrey, he's like, I think he's their first caretaker, or he ends up their caretaker somehow. I don't think he's the first one, but they keep ending up in his grasp. And he's trying to kill the kids high key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they just end up in shitty situation after shitty situation. And it's the girls, the older, then the boy, and then they got the baby. But the baby talks. She funny as fuck. She be talking mad shit.
Okay.
But Jim Carrey, he like understands her. I think the brother and sister understand her too. But yeah, it's mad funny.
Well, all right. And so he's like trying to drop them off places to get killed basically the whole time.
So this actually happened in real life. Now that I think about it, they probably got the idea from this fucking book. He parked the car on the railroad tracks, locked it with the child lock on, and left the car. And he just left them for the train to hit them, but they escaped it.
When? You're talking about a real story?
This was like a few months ago, but that also happened in the book / movie.
Okay. Well, I think this is based on like old literature, right? This isn't just.
Well, yeah, it's like kind of back in the day, different world type stuff. But I'm just saying it happened in real life a few months ago as well.
And so you're saying the person.
People, yeah, it was cops left somebody handcuffed in the back of a car on the railroad tracks, and the cops probably got the idea from the book. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, son, but that's a lot of books. Goddamn.
Good for
They're good
for them.
Good reads.
We'll have to pull up that story though later. If I was more tech savvy, by that I mean if I was just fast at all at doing anything, I'd pull it up now. But I feel like it would take me forever to find the story you're talking about. But we do have plenty waiting in the rafters here, and I'd love to just dive into it. The first thing I have here, I've been listening to a podcast that's still being released right now. I think the next episode comes out at the end of next week. But it's a very, very good listen. I recommend it to everyone. It's called The Retrievals by the New York Times. And it's about a group of women who went in for fertility treatment to get pregnant. To get their part of it's getting an egg retrieval done, and then getting the egg fertilized, and then the sort of artificial insemination process. All that you have to go to a fertility clinic to get all that good jazz done. It's all different women who, by different means, can't become naturally pregnant, so they need the assistance of a clinic. And the podcast is about the clinic they went to. It's in Connecticut. It's a clinic by Yale, the college, right? They go to this clinic, and they get told that to take this procedure of the egg retrieval means they would need to be given painkillers or sedated, because it's incredibly invasive. Right, they're basically like scraping these women's fallopian tubes for the eggs after they ovulate. So it's all going to line up with their ovulation cycle, everything. It's all about timing, and they go in and get put under to get this done. And these women, they go in for the procedure. They get given, a lot of them, some kind of opiate or fentanyl, or so they're told, but they're not feeling anything. They're not feeling any difference. And a lot of the women are kind of hesitant to question the system. You know, they're like, okay, they say they're giving me painkillers. I'm not feeling anything. So they do speak up. They're like, should I be feeling numb, tired, drowsy, anything? Like, yeah, we've given you the maximum dose we can of whatever medication they're being given. And still the women are a little, skeptical because they're not feeling anything. They're like, okay, maybe it'll kick in. Maybe I'll feel this later. Well, they go undertake this procedure and they feel everything. They feel like just this indescribable pain, many of them say, right? Like they can't put it into words, the feeling. It's like a lot of them said they felt like they were being like having some part of them forcefully like ripped from out inside of them, but they could feel every bit of it. Like it's a nightmare. I mean, like to equate it to like a man, I would say, like, just imagine the equivalent of being like sounded or having like somebody take a forceps or something into like your fucking dick and then ripping your balls out through your penis. Essentially, that's like I'm getting lightheaded just fucking thinking about that. And that's essentially what these women are feeling, every bit of it, like the scraping and and it's a long procedure. It's not because they're going to get as many eggs as they can in one go. They want as many of the eggs that they can gather at once to increase the likelihood of successful fertilization after the fact, and so that they don't have to do this again in the event that it doesn't work, right? So they're getting these eggs and preserving them, and each one of these women undergoing, and it's something like 200 women were in this program, some crazy ass amount of people, most of them did not feel the effects of the pain medication, or the numbing medication. So that happens. A lot of people were able to get pregnant. A lot of people were able to move on and with some success, some not, and that's natural. Right. The people who weren't successful, they didn't want to go back for more because it was just a nightmare. And they talked to people who also went through the process, and most of them said they couldn't feel anything. So these women are just feeling like, for some reason or another, they were immune to the numbing. That
is the thing, yeah.
Medication, because it can be a thing if you're not like receptive to medication. But what they don't realize is how many other women were not properly sedated. Like if they understood how many people didn't feel numbing at all, there would be more cause for alarm. It's just kind of like different women in different isolated scenarios feeling the same thing, but not knowing there's a larger group of people. Let me find this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because if it's a few, it's like, oh shit, maybe we just happen to be coincidence. But you see it's a lot, and it's like, maybe it was fucking placebos, you know what I'm saying, or some shit. The motherfuckers trying to cut cause. This shit might be fucking. Oh, hold up, son.
I'm pulling this up. You didn't read it, did you?
I didn't get a chance to.
Okay. I don't want to blow the lead here because it's getting good, right? I mean, like it's terrible to hear. So that's what it starts off as. Everything I described in the podcast, and it's great storytelling. A lot of these people being interviewed, but they're just detailing like the excruciating pain they underwent.
Right.
And
I'd have to feel something before you, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do a test, motherfucker.
Exactly, right?
The dentist, when they numb you up, they be like, you feel this? And you be like, yeah or nah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So one of the women interviewed on the podcast actually was herself a clinician, a doctor, actually a surgeon, I want to say. And so she's constantly administering pain medication and sedatives to patients. And she actually said when she received the medication, and this is spoilers for the show, you might want to skip ahead about 10, 15 minutes or so if you don't want to get the podcast spoiled for you. Up to now, there are only 3 episodes, a total of 5 to come out within the next month or so. But if I might say, this one lady's a doctor undergoing this procedure. She's like, this isn't fentanyl. What you're giving me, it's saline. It's got to be something else, because I'm not feeling anything. You know, I give this stuff out like day in and day out, you know, and I know exactly the effects of it. This isn't it. And they're like, well, you know, this is it. This is what we have. This is what the little bottles labeled. This is what we have, and we've given you all we can give you. And the doctor, in her mind, she understands that she's going to feel all of this because she hasn't been given any pain medication. But
she still did it.
But she weighed the risks of not knowing the next time she would ovulate, if at all, because of her medical situation. This could have been the only opportunity for her to have a successful egg retrieval again. Period. End of story. So this lady weighed the risk of that and decided to undergo it. And just like everyone else that gets interviewed, she had just like the most awful time imaginable. Right.
I'm pretty sure you could die from shock if you have too much
for real
pain.
Yes.
Like, and bro,
it's like torture what these people were going through.
Biology makes people want kids, you know what I'm saying? Especially women. It's like biology makes you want to reproduce and shit.
Yeah.
You don't want a fucking kid, bro. You don't fucking want it. You don't actually want it. It's just fucking chemicals in your brain and shit. Shit lead you down the wrong path.
Here's Lorenzo here, ladies advocating against childbirth of any kind.
Son, it can't be worth it. Because think about it. What if you raise a kid and they're the type of person you fucking hate? You done raise a little dipshit, a little school shooter, a little fucking creep, a fucking Chad, a fucking Brittany. I don't fucking know.
Of course, banking on that's not going to happen. I mean, in most cases, you do love your children, and you might have some postpartum depression for a minute, but you get medicated for that. That's what Big Pharma's for. You figure it out, and you'll make it work, and you'll have a beautiful family, and your vagina will just be roast beef. It'll just be hanging and flapping in the wind. But it's okay because you don't need it anymore, because you gave that to your child in the gift of life. You lost your vagina. No amount of Kegels can save your private parts. They're gone. They're just gone, or they'll never be the same. And that's all it is. It's women weighing, do I enjoy my private parts the way they are? Or do I need to destroy them? Do I need to just clean house?
You just got to enjoy your life. Go see a fucking baseball game. I don't fucking know.
Go
ice
me.
Do shit that you can't do with kids.
Yeah.
And see how you feel about that. And if you don't like it, then get a kid.
That's a lot of women too. And a lot of these women, they're past the age, like the regular fertile age group, right? And they realize I'm at a point in my life where I do want children. I thought about it. A lot of the people, there's a Jamaican lady or a Caribbean lady at one point, she said, I never wanted children. I'm not a people person, but I got to this point where just all of a sudden I wanted to. And like you're saying, there's a whole chemical argument, whatever, but she felt very strongly. Finally, she wanted children, and that's why she took the procedure, but she didn't actually end up getting pregnant. Or she did, I'm sorry, she got pregnant, but at the 17-week mark, she miscarried. And yes, so I mean, it's not always successful. But so big spoilers for the show. I mean, and for the story ahead, what ended up being discovered, and it's so funny because one of the patients was a lawyer, right? a lawyer who specializes in, or not specializes, I think they're even like a public defender, somebody who sees a lot of drug addicted people on a daily basis. And when she realized she wasn't being medicated before the procedure, when she realized she wasn't feeling anything or that it wasn't working, she had this like intrusive thought almost of just, she didn't know what occurred to her to think that there's the IV going from the medication, from the fentanyl into one of the nurse's pockets, basically. Like she felt like somehow the medication was being stolen before her eyes, or swapped out somehow, that she wasn't feeling anything at all, because she too, like the doctor who underwent the procedure, she knew the exact effects of fentanyl and how quickly a person should be feeling that, and she wasn't. She was like I don't know why I'm thinking but I bet somebody's stealing this. And sure enough, that's exactly what was happening. It was a nurse, one of like the head nurses of the clinic, was pocketing these people's fentanyl allocated for the procedures.
Oh my
and
God.
Oftentimes she was doing it at the job, she was taking it home, doing it later, but she was totally and completely stealing this shit. So patients recall torturous IVF egg retrieval after nurse at fertility clinic steals fentanyl and replaces it with saline. So I mean, two of the people straight up knew what was going on. And it's like really astounding to think, okay, the lawyer, for one, just happened on a whim to think somebody's stealing this. And that was just sort of a fleeting thought.
Seen it before.
Yeah,
just again, the old
exactly right. Steal it from the clinic, and it does happen, because I looked into this, and this isn't the only story to come up, and this is from like 2 years ago, but it happens a fucking lot, surprisingly enough. But what's even crazier is the doctor just straight up calls it out. She's like, "This is saline. Like, I know exactly what the substance you're putting into me is, and it's certainly not a drug either of any nature." But these women still did it. A lot of them, were never the same after, and it's just excruciating is truly the word.
That's gotta be traumatic, son. And then if you did it and it doesn't, you don't even get what you wanted.
So that was the Caribbean woman's plight, right? Was that she did this procedure, didn't get pregnant, or did get pregnant, but lost her child, and you basically have nothing to show for it, and it's like, and you underwent all that pain for what, basically, right? So, well, it gets better. So the nurse is the one stealing this, and I'll just read a little bit of the article here. Dozens of victims are suing a fertility clinic after undergoing a routine treatment without proper pain medicine, and that's the thing too. I said it at some point, like 200 women went to the fertility clinic and underwent the treatment, but it was only about like 20 or so that had their medication stolen, I want to say, right? So of a group. So what would later happen is they would get letters in the mail saying, from Yale, saying very discreet letters that like aren't really, out of the ordinary. It's like if you got spam from anywhere else, basically, like a State Farm note, you're not going to open that. Your instinct is to throw it away almost. But when some of them did open the letter to read it, they found that they were admitting to that this lady was stealing some of the medication, but in the letter it's kind of dismissive. They're like, "We highly doubt that any of you were affected in the process, as we have tons of different measures to ensure our patients are properly taken care of." But immediately, like bells going off in these ladies' heads, like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly what the fuck happened to me. I felt all of that. It was terrible. I was crying, vomiting, all of it. And." So they put two and two together real quick when they got this letter, and that's what set everything off. No one was complaining, saying shit about anything until they got confirmation from the clinic itself in this really ordinary looking letter, and then they got a follow up from like local law enforcement, another letter saying that they were going to pursue legal action, or that the nurse and the clinic were being investigated. And then then a bunch of people came together to sue the clinic.
Son, I'd have been hot as fuck. You said what now? Bitch, take accountability. Son, it's like I know you didn't watch it because you're a scrub, but the last season of Demon Slayer and little boy Tanjiro, that's the main character, and he was chasing the demon, and he was like, take accountability for your actions. He was like, bring your bitch ass here so I can slice that neck, boy. You know what I'm saying? Take accountability for your mom. Son, I'll be trying to tell you, the anime be having mad fucking life lessons and shit.
Yeah.
Take account that whole season. Take accountability for your goddamn motherfucking actions.
Well, absolutely. You know what so what ends up happening, at least by the third episode of the podcast that I'm listening to, and this is already unfolded, of course, like I said, it's from like 2 years ago or 3 years ago in 2020. The lady goes on trial, and it's during COVID. So yeah, 2020, it's during COVID. It's all on Zoom. And they all get together, all the victims that attend and the nurse. Bitch. And yeah, they're like, a lot of them are like, I hope you rot in prison. I hope, this, that, and the other. But a lot of them too are like, she's a drug addict, like, yes, she should be punished, but what's an acceptable punishment? Well, she would end up doing something crazy, like 4 weeks, 4 weeks, but get this, only jail on weekends. She was only in jail on weekends because she had to go pick up her children throughout the week to make sure that they weren't with their abusive father. That was her out, was that she had, I want to say 3 children, and that their father was so abusive that they shouldn't be left in his custody. So they worked it out where she would be free during the week for them, and she would go do jail time during the weekends and be out in time to pick them up from school or from wherever, from like before and after care. I mean, crazy, right? I mean, it's just absolutely absurd. What makes it worse, and I saved this for last, I don't know if it's even covered in this, but in the podcast, they kind of go in more in depth. The nurse has had that treatment done before. She's had an egg retrieval done for at least one of her children. So she knows exactly how it feels, how invasive it is, the potential for pain, because she's had it done before. Like, so like, imagine what I described at the beginning. Imagine like that's what this person does or has had done to their balls, and then they're just like knowingly sending people to their grave, knowing full well what type of procedure this is. I mean, that when all the victims heard that, then they changed their tune real quick. They're like, oh yeah, this is a different level. Like, addict or no addict, I mean, that's just totally inconsiderate on so many levels.
For addict or not, you can't excuse people's actions. You can't be out here giving motherfuckers excuses and shit. Regardless of what they did, they meant to do that shit and they did it. I'd be like, let us jump her ass for like an hour straight. Let us toss her ass around. You know what I'm saying? Till she feels the pain that we felt. Something. I don't fucking know. I'd be like, I promise we won't kill her. We won't step on her head.
Well, there's one woman that gets interviewed pretty early on in the podcast, and I think her cousin, her aunt asked, what would you want from the nurse? What do you want from her? What do you expect to happen, or what would you want regardless of what happens? And she was just like, I don't know. What could I ask for? Well, I don't know the appropriate punishment. And then her aunt follows up, well, would you want her to be in that position you were in and to feel what you felt if it was possible? And the lady goes, fuck no, I wouldn't want anyone to ever feel what I felt. Like, it's just completely unimaginable. So, I mean, that puts things into perspective. And that did for me, like, just to know, like, she didn't even give a fuck who it was that did what to who. The fact that anyone could feel that at all under any circumstances was what was so egregious.
I'm a vengeful God. May our enemies perish. May those who cross and feel our wrath to the full extent. No mercy.
So I'm looking forward to how that ends, or how that ended, when it does come out, because I'd rather listen to the way it's being presented. It's real fun to listen to. Fun in the loose sense of the word. It's very traumatic for these people, but it's a good, interesting list. I'd definitely recommend it. The episodes are only about under an hour each. Very, very, I'm hooked. So I'm in. I'm ready to wrap this shit up. What else is going on in the world, in the news? Yes, right here, our boy Tommy.
Boy Tommy,
Tommy Holland. Have you heard about this?
I did. I saw a little bit on it. He's got like an HBO show or some shit.
It's like an Apple TV show.
What the fuck? Apple TV?
Yeah. I'm pleased to report it has a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, so love that for him. Love it. Because he's getting a lot of shit for being in this show that he also, I think, co-produced.
Oh, okay.
Apple TV Plus. Some Spider-Man fans are whining because Tom Holland had a gay sex scene in a TV show. Oh my god. Yeah. So he does a thing where he rides a guy. Can I mute this? I hate this type of music so much. I hate house music.
It was catchy. I was about to buy. I was like, ooh.
Fuck house music.
I listen to this at home.
So
that great song.
He's got eye makeup on. He's got a little.
He looks like.
Have you seen happening?
IT Crowd?
No.
It's on Netflix.
No.
It might be on Netflix still. It's a good show.
So he's got a black guy comes up behind him and is feeling him up, and they're dancing. If you're listening, that's what we have on the screen. I just had to mute the music because I was going to throw up in my mouth if I had to listen to that any longer.
This probably helps us not get copyrighted or whatever, right?
It's too late. Beyonce has our shit. It's actually, right now, it's deep in her fallopian tubes, and we'll have to scrape it out of her. You want to talk about getting vengeance? That's what I want to do to Beyonce for taking my entire video in the first 8 minutes, an hour-long product, just because 2 minutes of the first 8 minutes contained a snippet of her song. I want to forcibly remove her eggs.
She already got 3 kids. But she got the daughter, and she got the twins, boy and girl. She said she don't need no more kids.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's too late. It doesn't fucking matter. I just didn't want to hear this bullshit-ass music. But so he's over here getting felt up there in a bathroom now, I think. He's getting fucked from behind. It's very sexually suggestive. You're not really seeing much of anything. You're just seeing a person pressed up against another person. They're both fully clothed. It's like nothing. It's barely anything. At first I thought, so somebody sent me a clip of this, and I thought it was gay people in an outrage that a straight guy's doing a gay scene again. Why not hire a gay actor?
Again?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's usually what it is. It's like, why are all these straight men playing gay people? And then people get up in arms and upset. And that's why I say again, because that is a thing. I don't know if you're aware of this. People get mad, just as people get mad when black voice actors aren't playing black roles, and so on. That was a part of that same conversation. Is like, why are heterosexual people portraying gay people in film and TV? And
real talk, though.
Yeah,
you gotta go blame.
So I thought immediately, and I was ready to trade blows and get in here because I couldn't agree less with that argument in this case.
Oh my God.
I mean, excuse me? Are you kidding? And Timothy Chalamet and fucking Cannibal, what's his face? they had the one movie, Call Me by Your Name, very fucking sexy movie. The two of them in Italy, like it's just nothing but sex scenes the entire movie, and again, it was people like, but they're not gay. Like, why should we care about this movie? You know, why did it even happen? You know, like it's unacceptable. No, because this, again, I couldn't agree. This is the closest we're gonna get to Tom Holland being gay, to being able to imagine him as a gay person, to being able to, you know, can I say enjoy Tom Holland.
Hold up real quick. I can hear you. I gotta get up real quick.
Oh, please. Yeah, please get out of here right when it's convenient, when I'm spitting facts. I mean, people want to sit and complain and be little keyboard warriors, you know, sitting on their asses like, he's not gay enough to play. I don't care. I mean, just take what you can get. Take what you accept the fact that, okay, if anything, he's normalizing this type of behavior because he's taking it to his audience of normal ass people and he's showing them that there's nothing wrong with this, for one. And then number two, the main point is, okay, don't ruin this for the rest of us. It's like, here's this fucking really attractive person who wants to do a thing. Let him do it. Who knows? He might even discover more about himself and become gay at some point. Who knows? I mean, but you're really gonna sit here and try to ruin this experience for everyone who enjoys it because he's not actually gay. He's not. The argument that it's like blackface or anything like that is just so absurd to me. It's a totally different playing field, just completely and entirely. Because to be a gay person, for a time, yes, for a time it meant being suppressed to a point where it was like a civil rights issue, being forced to behave contrary to the way that you would like to, for fear of your own personal safety, well-being, or professionalism. But it's not like that anymore. Like now, like just everyone's gay. I can't walk outside without breathing in the gay that's everywhere. And I'm in like the sticks in Virginia. You know, shit is just gay, and it just is. And especially in LA or wherever this is taking place in this dumbass show that's performing so badly, because it's a terrible fucking show to begin with. I'm going off on this tangent again. That's not even what people are upset by, but that's in my head. I'm thinking, oh, people are just outraged because he's not a gay guy and he's doing gay shit in a bathroom with a black dude. I mean, hot. Look at he's doing drugs. He's got his ass out, his legs. I'm here for that. Do it, Tom. Fucking go for it. And then he goes over and he rides the dude. I'm all about it. You don't see shit though, because he's a pussy, and of course he's not gonna take it to the next level as an actor. He's not man enough to do all that. And hey, that's him. Maybe that's why the show did so bad, Tom. Think of that. Maybe when you're gonna produce a dog shit ass true crime fucking novella and nobody gives a fuck. Why? Because you didn't even take your shirt off, Tom.
Didn't even take your shirt off.
You didn't even go the distance. You barely even made out with old dude here. I just want to let you know.
Didn't fucking do it.
And people are freaking out about this. Anybody could do this. Anybody could pretend to be getting fucked from behind with all their clothes on a bathroom stall. I mean, that's not news to anyone. I mean, people. I'm sure people just do that for fun. Like in a locker room, it's guys pretending to fuck each other because they want to. I'll say, because secretly everyone on the baseball team wants to, but they're doing this instead because it's funny and because it's ordinary behavior. This is nothing new. This isn't news to anyone. And what people want to do is what they want to get upset that he did it at all. Is that what I'm to understand?
Why did he do it?
Why did he do it? Given the number of superheroes who have a fondness for beloved gay activities like donning latex and embracing alter egos, it's ironic and more than a little horrifying that so many Marvel and DC fans also happen to be homophobic. So this is a discussion about homophobia. That going in, like I said, I was ready to fight the wrong fight. I was ready to get in there and say, leave Tom alone. Let him be gay. You dumbass gay people. I almost said a different word.
Oh my fucking God, yo.
Let him be gay. For the rest of us who want to enjoy that. You fucking idiots.
Because that's what acting is.
But
you're somebody that you're not.
They're nowhere near this fight. They're on their... In fact, if they are, they're in support of this, just as I am, and it is the standard neck-bearded, fucking obese, just weirdos of the internet that have something to say about this, and it's that they hate seeing Spider-Man get fucked in the ass. And again, I can't stress this enough. Spider-Man is not being fucked in the ass here. I hate to break it to you. If anything, what's happening right here, he might be getting grinded on lightly from behind, maybe on his lower back, right? I mean, old dude behind him is pretty tall too. I don't even think he would have to get down a little further to, breach any point of entry, right? So none of that is happening. They're doing such a bad job acting, even in this like silent sex scene, that I know the show is awful. I don't even have to see a clip of dialogue from the show. They're doing such an awful job of pretending to have sex here that I know this is an awful, god-awful... If you're going to get mad at anything, get mad at the quality of this TV show. That they couldn't even be bothered to choreograph a realistic sex scene.
Fucking choreograph a goddamn realistic sex scene.
I mean, he's got his underwear on here.
Like, what the fuck?
You don't even see him take his underwear off at any point right here.
He won't take it off.
He just unzips old boy's pants and he gets on and starts going. It doesn't make any sense, Tom. I know you know how fucking anatomy works. What is his dick just gonna go through the underwear?
Maybe he's got a little hole and you don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, just unacceptable, really, truly. And I'm so glad the show's doing horribly. Critically.
Oh, shit.
Let's see here. What does so-and-so have to say on Twitter about this? Okay, they have a notes app. Tom Holland. I see a lot of backlash over Tom Holland clip. I see people claiming that he's no longer Spider-Man and that they won't support him in his career now because he did a gay role. You people are absolute worst. You are slow, you are ignorant, and you can never tell the difference between a character and a person. Okay, so here's a supporter. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of support in this article. What I want to explore is the backlash.
I want to see the trash talk, the slander, the dragging through the mud. Is what I desire.
They're not really advertising, but I'll just say this. If you have something to say about Tom in this show, get mad for the right reasons.
Because he didn't do it good enough.
He didn't do it well enough.
What's with that half-ass?
It's not even passable. It's not even convincing.
He was doing the backflips and shit, but for this, what do we get? Not a single backflip.
And he's like, I'm taking a year off of my career to refocus, and this was a really difficult role for me. This was just so hard. This role I did for this god awful show. It was so just technically difficult on such a different level that I have to take a break. And that's bullshit, because what did you do here? What did you do here? I mean, from everything I've seen, you didn't sacrifice a thing. I saw a part of an interview where he's like, I had to walk around New York with that haircut the whole time, and like,
I ain't gonna lie, the haircut and the makeup, I'm not feeling it myself.
Well, that's like one fucking scene. I guess the show's about a guy with like multiple personality disorder. So this is one of like 12 possible personalities that he has.
Shit. So it's like split.
Exactly.
But
and so
like gay split?
It's not gay. Like, he's like a straight guy, and like that's a lady alter ego. So like he thinks he's a woman there in a club. Okay. With full context, it's even dumber. It's like, okay, yeah, really hard role, Tom. Sure. He didn't sacrifice any. He didn't do anything for. I mean, really, truly, it was just like, I want to be able to play as many marginalized groups as possible in one program. Can we make that happen? And like, yeah, you just have to have MPD, and then you could dress up however you want, however many, be whoever you want. We'll just say you have multiple personality disorder. You can go hog wild. And what he chose to do was like go like less than halfway in on any of these personalities. And the show suffered for it. So, I mean, like I said, if you're going to get mad at anything, get mad at the fact that he's a fucking pussy, and that he didn't do shit, and that he won't ever be shit, and that once he's done with Spider-Man, he's going in the garbage. He's going away for a long time because no one's going to want anything to do with him. I mean, he's just a middling actor. He's barely an actor. If this is any representation of his ability as an actor, and not just as like some, you know, superhero, like fan or fan favorite superhero pick. I mean, if this is his acting ability on full display, it's shameful. And quite frankly, I think if you're going to step away for a year, you might as well step away for the rest of your life and just call it quits.
Oh my God!
Cash out on Spider-Man and keep it moving. Go out on a high. Right, because I mean, what else does he have? He has this. He has like the Uncharted movie that was also terrible, from what I understand. And I mean, like, what else is he doing other than Spider-Man?
I think that's it, really.
Yeah. So again, get mad at one thing, and it's that Tom Holland is an awful actor. He can't even if he tried, he can't even pretend to be a gay guy. So there we go.
Yeah, that's true.
Done.
I'll admit that.
That's all I wanted to say about that. I was ready to beat up on some gay people and throw my hat in the ring and get down to business. Yeah, because usually it's just, he's not gay. Why is he being me? I should be me up there. It should be me. It should be me or Larray or fucking, I don't know. It should just be. It has to be gay. To be gay, you have to be gay. To be gay, you have to be gay. To be gay, you have to be a gay guy.
Should have been Christian. You should have hired him.
I could be up there,
be like the best friend in the show.
Exactly.
We should have been.
I could have been the gay best friend. Something. Yeah. I'm happy to fulfill the trope. I am. SAG actor strike or not, I'm there. Hey, phone me up.
Hi.
If you got work right now, I hear a lot of people are not willing to work right now for some reason.
Yep.
That there are a bunch of lazy Hollywood assholes just on their fucking behinds, not doing shit right now. Is that what I hear? Because if so, my line is open.
Open.
Come on down.
We write, we produce, we direct, we act, voice work, all of it.
I mean, if they don't want to get off their asses and work, I'll tell you who will. Right here, right now. I don't even have to leave my house to do like voice work. I'm here for it. Come on down. Come through, please. Hit me up.
Yep.
DMs, email, whatever it takes. Phone. I'll dox myself right now to get some work. Since no one seems to want to. What do you feel? How do you feel about these strikes happening?
I mean, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? People's union contracts are running out, and you know what I'm saying. And some people they want their money. You know what I'm saying? People are trying to shortcut the writers for the fucking Chat GPT. And I'll admit, Chat GPT is beautiful, genius. But
yeah,
you've
never used it though, right? You've never used Chat GPT.
I'm gonna be real with you. My resume is looking quite nice.
Oh my God, you're not supposed to say that. I was trying to help you.
I'm playing, though. I'm playing.
I was trying to help you. Yeah, you've never used it ever. For any reason. You haven't even like investigated, right? You just know what you've heard anecdotally from other people. You've never even been on the website. Nothing.
Never. Nope. You think I've used ChatGPT to write my 2 weeks notice? You think I use ChatGPT to write my grocery list? You think I do that?
Your grocery list? You don't even know what to buy from the grocery store anymore? You have to have AI tell you. Write Lorenzo's grocery list in the voice of him.
make a grocery list full of vegan ingredients.
Full of vegan items in the voice of Lorenzo Taylor.
Yeah.
And see what it spits out.
Chat GPT. My cat needs litter. Make a list of possible litters I could get her.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I haven't truly, I haven't used it at all. So I haven't, but I've seen it. I watched people on YouTube using it and doing that, and yeah, that's another big discussion right now too. So yeah, of course, there's the writer's strike around that, potential of AI integration into film and television writing. But also, it's just a big discussion. Like I was listening to the Daily, another New York Times podcast, where they talked about how AI is essentially, it's just taking from existing bodies of work online, copyrighted or otherwise, and it's using it to amass its knowledge, so to speak. It's all just the greater published work that already exists on the internet. So I mean, Sarah Silverman's a big celebrity writer that's interested in seeing any recourse or potential payment for the usage of her work as a part of AI development. Sort of unbeknownst to her comedy and her writing is being integrated into AI, and just as so many people's are, and so many journalists, writers alike, all their work is being sort of the aggregate of all the online information is going into this. So is there a way, people are trying to figure out, is there a way that they can be paid somehow for the usage, if not per use, on like a monthly basis? And could the amount they're being paid be measured against the amount of existing writings they have out in the public space under their name, right? Should companies be getting paid for company sanctioned work that's being used? So I mean, that's a big discussion going on, while all these strikes are happening and so on. But I mean, so you feel like people are just fighting for workers' rights and fair pay, fair wage, for their own job security, right?
That's the problem. These bigwigs are trying to fucking replace people with fucking robots and shit because they don't want to pay nobody so they can have more money. But it's like, first off, the government gives businesses money to create jobs. You get money for making jobs. That's the way businesses work.
Yeah.
Or maybe not anymore because everything's fucking changing.
Well, they're trying to get a competitive edge. And can you blame them?
Yes.
Why?
Because
they're trying to beat China. They're trying to beat cutting edge competitors. And the only way to do you know firsthand what TikTok has proven capable of. It's gone. It's taken our youth. TikTok, it hasn't, like how COVID came directly from China and killed 1 million people in the United States. TikTok has tenfold killed. It's killed like 50 million people in the United, just dancing. 50 million people have died in the United States from dancing on TikTok. Elderly and young alike have perished before our very eyes, and we see it happen.
TikTok.
You saw how many people were in danger with that dumb bitch fucking dabbing in the middle of a boardwalk? How many people she almost sent flying to their death?
Took that out. Karate chopped his goddamn neck.
Chop somebody's neck. It's over. You know how many times that happens a day because of TikTok? Because of this TikTok dance invasion that's happened. These major studios have an obligation to the general public to fight this, to fight back, to show China that what they're doing is wrong. You want to talk about retribution. You want to talk about revenge on how the pain that those women underwent. Let's talk about revenge on a scale that dwarves what China is doing to us right now with TikTok, with AI, with all of this nonsense, with COVID. It's time for us to fight back. And I trust nobody more than I trust multi-million-dollar studio heads to fight this fight on our behalf. I mean, it's just, they're the people looking out for us at the end of the day. I mean, you don't believe that they're the ones who have our best interest at heart? How else would they be so rich if they didn't care? if there wasn't love in their hearts for their fellow citizen.
Everyone knows that. You just plant a little coin in the sand and you love it and sing to it. And fucking Benjamins pop out of that bitch on the
Exactly.
branches.
They've been nourishing this money tree of theirs. Yeah, I mean, clearly you can tell that I'm totally serious. None of this was a joke.
Obviously, of course.
I mean, it's a shame that it's come to this for all these people, but you know, that's what has to happen. I mean, who really cares about movies at all? Like right now that we can't go without seeing Deadpool for another, 3 or 4 months, however long this will take. I really, truly, I don't give a fuck. I mean, take as long as you need. Get this, get this shit right. Don't let them steamroll you and end up replacing all these jobs.
Tired of the bad fucking movies. There used to be good fucking movies back in the day. Where are they now? Garbage.
They're garbage because people are getting stretched too thin. They're trying to produce movies at an unprecedented rate.
Yeah.
With all kinds of special effects that there aren't enough studios to facilitate.
What reason to rush movies when literally everyone has streaming?
Yeah.
Disney, they rush Ant-Man. They have
that
streaming services. Because they're rushing everything. Because the first two were straight.
Yeah. That third one was terrible. And the best part about it was Jonathan Majors. And he's out. So, I mean.
Can't be fucking with them devils, you know what I'm saying? Can't be out here. So,
I hope he's going to be okay. No, truly. I hope that he has a resurgence. He has a comeback. And that, like you said, he stops hitting women or whatever it was that he did, Let's just calm that down.
With different people. Different people in the circle. I mean, of course, we want more Christians running around.
I wonder if in his Creed audition, like he went method or something, and he was like, "So I have a dummy here. I'm prepared to demonstrate on." Jonathan, you don't need a dummy, and it certainly doesn't need a blonde wig and lipstick on either. I don't think at any point but no, I could demonstrate what I'm capable of. And they gave him the part right there. I'm sure that's exactly how. And he changed their minds, and I'm sure they really fought for a domestic violence scene in the film as a result of the wonderful audition material he put together on his own volition. No, I mean, like, it's so fucking stupid. I don't know what's happening with that. I haven't heard anything about it or followed it at all, but it's a shame. It's a shame that he's getting it all taken.
Never believe that man did anything wrong. You can show me a video.
What if I show you? What if I show you him slamming her head in a car door 3 times? Not even once. It's clear. It's clear the first time. It's also clear the second and the third time that her skull is wide open. And that's clearly not what happened. This woman is lucid and coherent now, but I mean, if that were the case, you're saying you wouldn't believe it. It's doctored. That's where the Ant-Man special effects went, to doctoring this lady's face.
If he drags her to the top of a building, suplexes her off of the building, lands on the trampoline, and when they bounce into the air, he like launches her full strength through a window. Yeah,
like a Tom Cruise level stunt.
And you had all that on video evidence.
Uh-huh.
And before the scene starts, he's like, "I'm Jonathan Majors," and she's like, whatever the fuck my name is.
Yeah, you don't even know her name. Shame on you. I don't either.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I still wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this AI is crazy.
Yeah. It's all doctored footage. Yeah, of course. And you'd have to believe that. You'd have to. Yeah. There's no two ways about it. That's the only explanation. Now, I'm excited to see what happens. Just like I'm excited to see Jamie Foxx is back out moving. They've got pictures of him on a yacht or some shit, or on a boat.
That's the problem with rich people. They always spend their money on shit they don't need.
Yeah.
That's why, son, when we're rich, your boy ain't getting on no boat. When we're rich, we're fucking millionaires with mad money. My bundles in the bank. I'm not getting on no fucking boat.
Yeah.
Fucking boat. I'm not doing it.
All right. Noted. Note to self: don't offer a boat trip when I'm a millionaire to Lorenzo. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to have fun on the water. I mean, because my ideal, can I tell you, when I'm rich, my ideal situation, not even on the water, I want to go thousands of feet undersea. But listen, too, it makes sense in as small of like a capsule as possible. I don't want there to be any seats. And listen, I don't. What do I need a seat for when I have perfectly good brushed steel to be sitting on for no fewer than 12 hours? I want to be down there in a small, confined, like cell. I want like something smaller than a cell. And I want to be able to lay down on the brushed metal, just the cold, unfeeling metal that surrounds me. And also, let's go, and I want to go with like 5-6 other people at a time, too. Why go alone in that small of a space? Why go alone? Why not share the little bit of room I have to myself with 5 or 6 other people? Why not? I'm generous. I will be when I'm rich. I'll be generous.
Yeah.
I'll even pay for my... At that point, I'll have a son, and I'll pay for his ticket as well. I'm going to go to hell. I'm going to hell for that one.
Yeah. No, once you said not even on the water, I was done. I knew exactly where you're going. I hate how much I know you. Because once you said not even on the water, I was like, oh, hell no, this motherfucker. Shit, boy.
Oh, man. So fucking dumb.
Yo, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna make sure you put me in your will as the head guy before you go down there.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Christian, just sign your autograph real quick.
Like nothing goes to Lorenzo or his family at all under any circumstances. It all goes with me. I want a separate submarine that really, I just want an anvil attached to the submarine that in the event something should happen, it's attached to all of my money. Or like the last physical access to my like routing number, whatever. It needs to die with me in the submarine. No one gets anything. It's just evaporated into dust.
Oh, fuck.
In fact, if you don't hear from me in 14 hours, I want you to burn it all. I want you to.
I'm gonna be at that. Once you go down there, I'm gonna be at the fucking bank.
I've got my attorney knows. You will withdraw all of my existing funds from my bank account, and you will burn every cent. Just Joker style. I want it on fire, and I want people to know about it. I want my family to know about it. I want you to call each and every one of them, and I'll pay you for that. Nothing else. You don't take any of this money.
Just a big ass Zoom call or some shit.
I have mercenaries that I've already paid to find out if any of you take any of this money. They will kill you. Untraceable. It'll be like you imploded in a submarine with me if you take any of this money and you don't do with it as I've deemed in writing. Because I'll be that rich. I'll have that much fuck you money. You have to be a billionaire to take that trip anyway, you know. I'll just be able to, if you even think about not burning my $1 billion in the bank, you know, you'll be killed. You will die.
That's a little
So take the, you know, $200,000 retainer or walk now. But don't even for a second think about taking a cent of this money.
$200,000 is like, let me do the math. That's probably like 150 months of rent.
Yeah,
which is like a little over 10 years.
For real.
Or like
most definitely.
I don't know. I'd take that because I'd keep working, but I wouldn't have to.
Exactly.
Pay,
I was just gonna say I would take that just so I don't have to ever eat fucking Taco Bell again in my life. You know, that would help.
Live my
Taco Bell? Like I haven't had Taco Bell in like months. Right.
Tell you something.
Please.
Story.
Oh.
I never ate Taco Bell until I was like 19. I started talking to this girl and she was an alcoholic. And she put me on the Taco Bell because Taco Bell is like the only place that's open at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But you get the little, they had, I don't know if they still do, but they had a $1 menu.
Mm-hmm.
I would get the cheesy bean and rice and the fucking beefy Fritos shit.
Yeah.
$2. I get at least one of all the sauce and I put that bitch in layers, you know what I'm saying? In sections. That shit fills you the fuck up, bro, for $2. And I never had Taco Bell. It's so fucking
affordable. And for real, so today on my lunch break, I was like, what can I just get really quick that I can enjoy and be done and just eat it and go back to work. I came from Wawa, I just got gas, and on my way back to my job, Taco Bell, it's right there. I'm like, why haven't I been to this Taco Bell yet in my 2 years of being at this job? So I stopped, I went, I look at the menu, I get something for like less than $8. And, you know, but I'm like, why have I not been to this Taco Bell? It's so affordable. But then immediately when I'm like reading the menu, I started just preemptively clenching my asshole. And then when they hand me the food, I shit myself like preemptively. As soon as they handed me the food, I didn't even have to smell it yet, and I'm already shitting in my brand new car because that's exactly the state I was in for the rest of the day. After the bathroom and I are not on speaking terms.
Oh my god,
it's terrible. It's just the Taco Bell. It just goes right through you. I mean, like the nickname my family's had for this is Taco Hell for a reason. It's really just not. It's not meant for consumption. That's why it stays so cheap. It's not.
People say they put dirt in it or something.
It's not real food. Whatever it is, it tastes great. It tastes phenomenal. I'm not sure how many vegan options they have. You'd have to take all the cheese and all the sour cream off, and I think you can replace all the meat for like black beans.
Yeah, or beans, lettuce, tomatoes, beans, and Fritos.
Yeah. So
they should be a good thing.
Are Fritos vegan? I think they have like cheese powder, right?
Like salt. No, it's just corn and salt and maybe like corn oil or some shit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, then shit. Yeah, that's all you. Fucking handle that shit.
I see the chili cheese Fritos. I assume they use the regular ones. I don't even know.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it was just a hot mess in my new leather seats. It was just mayday immediately. So yeah.
Damn, son. Real talk, I don't think I've ever had that experience where Taco Bell's like fuck my stomach up, you know?
Every time. I mean, even still, I'm drinking this Diet Pepsi hours later, and I'm like, So, in fact, let's get some advice going before I literally have an accident. Like, when you see me, like, doing this, like, shaking, it's not cold in here. It's hot as shit in here. It's because I am doing everything I can to control gravity.
They're intact.
Yes.
That bitch is about to burst like a damn.
So let's go ahead. Here's the music for you.
All right, here's some advice for your folks. You know I got it for you. Come one, come all, come short, come tall. I got some advice for you.
Okay.
Ready for you. Here at the L&C boys, the bussy boy kings. We here to bring you some financial wordage today. All right. One, if you get the little Taco Bell shits, people, I don't know, eat that shit at home or like, I mean, well, first off, eat it wherever, but make sure like you in a comfy bathroom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the work bathroom be a little in sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to save that shit for the cribbo. You know what I'm saying? But
I have a system.
cheap,
With the work bathroom, I have a system now, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes they have these little Germex wipes around the building just for your hands. So they're like sanitizer wipes. I'll have one of those in my pocket at all times so that I can take it out, wipe down the toilet seat, and then go once over again with toilet paper. If I don't have that, it's go time with the toilet paper for sure, and I'm laying it out on the seat or getting one of the toilet seat covers, whatever I have to do, because there are just some of the sweatiest, god-awful, nasty fucking people imaginable on these toilet seats at my job, just like stinking it. And you know who's who when you walk into the bathroom. You don't even have to smell their shit. You just smell their sweat and grime and nasty body odor before you even get into the stall or anywhere near it, and then you know to turn around and not to visit that toilet for at least not another 4 hours. You want to make sure the cleaning crew gets through there twice at least before you go back, and that they get to work on that, because it's unacceptable. The amount of like BO ridden fucking nasty ass people on these toilets at my job, and then they flush and the spittle from the flushing gets all over the toilet and the floor, and you're always like, it's like a slip and slide on the ground in front of the toilet each and every time. It's a nice little surprise. Not to hijack your advice, but when you said yes, that's the perfect advice. Just let people know that the toilet situation at your job may not be the best. That's good enough advice as it stands. Just have that in mind. That's better than any goddamn fortune cookie, proverb, anything. If I open that up and I see that, that's a special. I frame that one with the lottery numbers. I'm taking those right to Wawa. I'm getting going with the Powerball numbers on that one. If it says the toilet seat at your job may be perilous to your ass, may be covered in lethal pathogens.
Oh my fucking god!
I'm saying they are up to something. They know what they're doing with these. Yeah. Oh my god, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Could you imagine slipping in the floor?
I do all the time. Thankfully, I have like a huge ass, so that's never like a fear of mine. But if I were like some scrawny little, like Tom Holland looking, like skinny motherfucker, yeah, I would never sit down on one of the fuck gas station bathrooms.
You walk into the stall, you don't notice there's water on the floor.
You slip and fall.
Oh, and then you start to notice it's like very unclean water.
Yeah.
But you're laying in it now because you fell.
I've had something similar. When you need to throw up in a public restroom. That's happened to me before, and you kneel down, and I'm already like kneeling, and someone's like piss and fucking toilet overflow water. It's making me gag now just thinking about it, because it's like that's like the worst thought to have in real time. Like, oh my god, why are my knees wet? And then you realize you're touching the side of the toilet, and it's
yes, and you realize it's dirty and shit. Oh no. No.
So once that happened, never again. I made sure that never happened again. Where like I've got a whole system. If I need to vomit somewhere, I'm never getting down onto the ground. I'm never making contact with the toilet of any kind. Yeah.
You remember when I stayed with David?
Yeah.
So like one time. This girl I was talking to, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause boy, he had to be home and all. Her and her friend came over late at night, and I think her friend was like drunk as fuck. So she had like to go to the bathroom to like throw up and shit, and now her whole head was in the toilet, and all I could think about, I was like, I hope I was like, damn, I think I cleaned that shit yesterday, but I don't know what the damage from the day is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like. It's not just me. My shit was straight, but like that's a whole other person in there too. And I'm like,
yeah, you were sharing it with him.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even remember if it
good
was
dude. And not to call anybody out, but I doubt. And David, if you're listening, I'm sorry. You please feel free and call in and refute my what I might assume about you. But you didn't strike me as the toilet etiquette type of guy, or the most, like somebody inclined to clean up after themselves when they make a bit of a mess in the bathroom. David, kind of a bigger guy, kind of and that makes for a messier BM, I'm sure. I'm sure all that nice stuff collected on the sides, and I'm sure you went a long way to clean it up. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. To know that there's something you could have done in advance to prevent or to make her experience a little better. But you just hope that they're so caught up in the moment that they just get it over with and move on. They don't examine anything after the fact. On that note, we'll leave you. Thank you for listening.